Hello there, people of the internet. I run a gun channel, and I have guns on this gun channel. And on this gun channel, well, whenever I am running these guns, I'll be talking about something like my AK platform right here, and then I'll have people that come into the comments, and even though I'm not doing anything that involves the AR, they'll talk about how they prefer the AR because it is by far the superior platform in every single way, right? That's what they're saying, that's not what I'm saying. Don't go angrily typing into the comments. But I'm talking about the AK, and then because I'm talking about the AK, I get people and they start talking about the AR and how they prefer that, and vice versa. Whenever I start talking about the AR, I'm like, yeah, I have this right here, this is my Coyote gun, and I take it out and I use it very effectively and it has served me well. And they're like, it's not an AK-47, it's direct impingement, and you got all this carbon and gas and crap going right back to where the system is, and it's a stupid design, and just insert XYZ comment here. As a matter of fact, whenever I go through and I talk about these different systems, like the pros and cons of the AK-47, for example, if I'm talking about the AK-47, I'll get the AR guys that come into the comments and they'll start talking about the AR and why they like it, and they will spout off the same exact things that 50 other AR guys in the comments are talking about. Like, I literally skip over so many comments in my videos just because they are damn near identical. I'll have people leave me these long paragraphs on why their particular platform is the best, and then I'll go through and I've done this before, I'll look at one long paragraph and the other long paragraph from two completely different people, two completely different videos, and I'll be like, yeah, you guys are saying basically the exact same thing. Like, you're just repeating the things that you've heard over and over and over and over and over, because it's just the things that you think about. And those are the things that you think about, so those are the things that you've decided are the best. So, pros and cons. There's a lot of pros, a lot of cons, and I don't really care about the pros and cons between the platforms, as long as it'll send lead downrange at the appropriate distances that is necessary, and you can put lead downrange accurately, effectively, and reliably. I do not give a damn what it is that you decide to run, whether or not it's AR or if it is AK. Now, my suggestion, there's a couple of things to think about whenever you're deciding what it is that you're going to start running for your end-of-the-world rifle, right? I like making these end-of-the-world videos. They're actually a lot of fun. But whatever it is that you decide to run with, there's a couple of things to take into consideration. Number one, what is everybody else in your group running? If you are an AK guy and you have 7.62x39 and you have 24 people around you running ARs and nobody has 7.62x39, yeah, you are definitely not doing the best there. You definitely want parts interchangeability, mag interchangeability, ammunition interchangeability. You want all of the pros of having, logistically speaking, everybody on the same platform, rocking the same mags and the same ammunition. This way, if something goes down with your rifle, or something happens, or you run out of ammunition, guess what? You're not completely SOL. So if everyone around you is rocking an AR, then you probably should be rocking an AR as well. If you are in an area like I am in, and somebody might start shooting at you from 600 yards away, then 7.62x39 might not be the best cartridge, and something in 5.56, which is ballistically more capable at making longer shots, although it does deliver less energy on target. Less energy on target is definitely going to be a better option than missing the target completely. There are people who can make long-range shots with 7.62x39. I'm not one of them, so your capabilities as a shooter definitely dictates what it is that you should be running. Now, that being said, pros and cons, these right here, they'll run for a while, but they will stop running as they get dirty. The AR is very good at keeping outside funk out of its system. The only issue is that as time goes on, especially as you continuously run rounds through this rifle, the system will start to gum up, and you will start to have issues with the system getting dirty. Yes, go out and clean your rifle, but your ability to clean your rifle is going to be dictated by your particular position in life. If you are living in a hole in the ground, surviving day by day by hunting squirrels because it's the end of the world and you have marauders around you and you can't go out and scavenge the oil necessary to be able to clean your rifle, Like if you are in a situation like that, then the AR platform might not be right for you, and having a piston-driven or a piston-driven AK system might be the better option, simply because those can run for a very long time without maintenance. If you are in an area like I'm in, but let's say you are in a place where there is just dense forests everywhere. Up here is like farming community, and we got just these flat grounds all over the place. If you're in an area where dense forests are everywhere, then having a 5.56 cartridge might not be the best for you, because that is just going to absolutely disintegrate whenever it impacts anything, whereas having a nice large heavy bullet like the 7.62x39 might be the way to go for you. So it all depends on your particular situation. Whatever rifle you pick, I don't care. You shouldn't care about what rifle I pick. As long as you can effectively send lead down range and keep yourself supplied, I literally do not care what it is that you decide to pick, AK or AR. The AR is definitely a more modular system than the AK. Yeah, the AK has definitely come up in the world, and it's definitely gained some capabilities in terms of its modularity. But the AR is substantially more modular. One of the things that makes this rifle so modular is the fact that you can just take the upper receiver off or swap on the barrel and change calibers, and you could have all sorts of different calibers and capabilities with this particular rifle, and that is just not something that the AK does. You need a whole machine shop to do a barrel swap on an AK. So if your barrel gets damaged on your AK, you are SOL if you don't have access to a machine shop. Whereas if your barrel gets damaged on your AR, hey, guess what? There's a big lug that holds this thing together. You could take that apart with a bunch of tools and just take the old barrel off, put a new barrel on from some other AR. I mean, you can do a lot with the AR, or you can just swap out the upper receiver and keep your bolt carrier group and all that kind of stuff. The beauty about the AR is it's all been, the dimensions have been generally specified from all sorts of different companies. They're all making the same spec AR systems, whereas like something like the AR-10 doesn't have that universal spec. So some stuff from one AR-10 might not fit onto another AR-10, but all of your stuff for an AR-15 is going to fit onto that AR-15. And that's the same case with the AK. Some stuff from some AKs ain't going to fit on the AKs, whereas some stuff from other AKs is going to fit on the AKs. Oh god, that's a caterpillar. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to need you to get off of me. If you are a small guy, or if you're going to be walking around a lot, in your particular situation, if your idea of surviving the end of the world is to bug out to the middle of the woods and hunt and fish and scavenge and do the things that you're going to do to survive, then you're going to be moving around a lot. And having a lightweight rifle, lighter weight rifle than this right here, this is my Coyote gun. It's got a heavy barrel on it. It's all steel, and yeah, it's all steel. And it is a particularly heavy AR platform. The buttstock back here, this right here, is plastic, but the sights are aluminum, and it's just not a lightweight platform. As a matter of fact, this right here, unloaded, yeah, it weighs roughly the same amount as my AK right here. So if you are going to be in a situation where you're going to be moving around a lot, getting yourself a lightweight AR platform will probably be a good idea, but you can only lighten up an AK as much as possible. This has a bunch of stuff attached to it, and it's the same weight as this bare bones, you know, absolute minimum AK platform. I put my steel back up because it had fallen down, and I put some stuff up on it, so hopefully it doesn't fall down again. I have no idea if this sight is zeroed in properly. I just put it on here and I kind of zeroed it to these iron sights. Let's see if we hit our steel with this new red dot that I have on this rifle. Learning a lot about this red dot too. Alright, send some lead here. Well, we nailed the steel a bunch, so that's zeroed in enough for me. If you are a smaller man, or a female who's smaller, or someone who is less capable, if you're elderly, a nice light recoiling 223 5.56 rifle might be the way to go for you. But if you are someone who wants to hit something nice and hard, then maybe the AK would be the platform for you, because 7.62x39 is definitely a powerhouse of a cartridge. I'm gonna turn my camera a little bit. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to send some lead. And just like that, that steel has been absolutely riddled, and this caterpillar is back on me. Get out of here, you. I get it. You like my shoes. Doesn't mean that you have to hang out on them. All right. what is my opinion? What should you get, the AR or the AK? My recommendation, get both. Yeah, get both and have both. If I am in a situation where everyone around me has an AR, guess what? I also have an AR, so I have a means to run all of the stuff that all of these other guys are running if it comes to that point. Like, hey, I'm out of ammo, throw me a mag. Hey, here's a mag and 223-556. So you can run it in your AR. If I am out in the wilderness somewhere, which I probably would be up here in the northern state of Florida, if I'm out in the wilderness somewhere and I'm hanging out there for a year and I don't have what I need to be able to run this AR, and I find myself having issues with it jamming every 5 rounds, then hey, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and move to my AK to serve as my primary firearm because this is piston driven. But I know that if something goes down and I find some 223-556, guess what? I still have this rifle, although it's not as reliable as it should be, but I still have it to be able to run these rounds that I come across. Or if I have a buddy who also has 223-556, then we have the means to be able to interchange ammunition. So get both. You can go out. You are allowed to own both here in the United States, and you can go out and get yourself these rifles, and you can use them for the practical purpose of serving the job that you want them to serve. You don't have to pick one and then decide that you don't want the other. Whenever I get the comments in the videos, it's from people who have picked the AR or they've picked the AK and they don't want the other platform just because it is what is constantly compared to that system. So you're allowed to have both. You're allowed to enjoy both. I enjoy both. I have both. I've said it before on the channel. If the end of the world happens, people ask me all the time, what rifle are you grabbing? I'm grabbing rifles. I'm grabbing both my AK and my AR. Here in North Florida, the AR and 223-556, that'll take a deer, which the deer around here get to be like 100 and god damn it, get off me, dude. But the deer around here tend to get around like 130-ish pounds to 150-ish pounds, depending on the location that you're at. But the boar around here get to be, I literally saw with my own eyes over in Sherrod Island here in Florida, somebody had got a 600-pound boar, and I don't trust a 223 to take that thing out. If I have a 600-pound boar coming at me, I will take the 7.62 by 39, please, and thank you. I need to put as much force downrange as possible onto that thing. So you're allowed to have both. Go with both. I recommend getting both. That's my suggestion. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share, description below, linked all sorts of stuff. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see y'all on the next video, and I bet this is probably going to rustle some jimmies, and I bet there's people who won't watch the whole video, and I'm still going to go into the comments and see people preferring the AR or the AK, and I'm like, get both, guys. Get both. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.